Hi, friends. Welcome to this weekly tarot reading. So together, we're going to take a look at all of the zodiac signs and figure out what to expect this week. At the end of this video, we will also do a collective reading to figure out what is going to happen with the collective, and we'll figure things out from there. So this week, we have a powerful date on the 8th coming up. We just had a new moon 2 days ago. So there's some new moon energy still here. We have new beginnings. And on the 8th, we have the Lionsgate portal, which is a day of some intense energy for certain people, depending. So, there's a lot going on this week. So we're going to tune in together and figure out what's coming up here. So first of all, we're going to take a look at the Aries sign. So if your sun, moon, or rising sign is in Aries, this reading is for you. Let's take a look at Aries. Okay, so for our Aries, this week, Aries is going to be a victory. You're going to be really victorious this week around something, which is great. And I think it's having to do with your thought process. I think you're going to feel very clear-headed this week, and maybe any kind of difficulties you might have been having around mental fog, you're going to feel a lot more aligned, a lot more clear, and a lot more like you can actually move forward in a way that's positive for you. With this 9 of Pentacles, this is a week for you being in your own private garden. So don't be afraid to go off on your own a little bit here this week, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. There's a little bit about this week being very conducive to you doing your own thing, playing by the beat of your own drum this week. And I think the more that you do that a little bit, I think you're going to feel really comfortable in yourself. And then that's going to help you maintain this celebratory energy and feel really victorious this week. So Aries, I hope you have an excellent week. That's a great reading. Okay, next up we have Taurus. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Taurus, what can you expect? Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What can my Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising expect this week? Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Ooh, that's fun. Okay, so Taurus, you got the victory too. I think that victory is here for all of us this week, which is great. So Taurus, there's some real reasons to celebrate this week, reasons to feel good about yourself, reasons to feel as though things are working in your favor. So that's wonderful. Now, the first card, though, that popped out for my Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising is the 8 of Cups. So there's something that you're going to feel ready to move on from this week. And it could be something small, something big. It doesn't have to be huge, but there's some aspect of your life currently that maybe, it's hung around a little bit too long. And so this week is going to be an opportunity for you to walk away from anything that's not really working well for you, anything that's no longer serving you, and embrace the celebratory energy and joy of that, You are going to feel as though you have a lot of ideas this week, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And I think that maybe this week is going to help you feel like you can actually birth something new into the world, some kind of creative idea, some kind of wisdom energy that you hold within you. This week is going to be tapping into your own wisdom and putting that into practice. You're going to feel really like you can put yourself out there in a way that's feels conducive, that feels helpful, that feels good for you. And finally, because of that, I think it's going to lead to a new beginning in your emotional state. I think you're going to feel really stable this week. I think you're going to feel really open to the possibilities. It's like maybe this week is going to leave you feeling like you have a feeling of peace within you, where you can really embrace the possibilities and not feel so emotionally stuck, right? I think that the emotions are going to be flowing really well this week in a way that makes you feel good and not feel like you're being controlled by those emotions. So Taurus, I hope that's helpful. And we're going to move on. So next up we have Gemini. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What can our Geminis expect this week? Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I need a few more cards here. Gemini, there it goes. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Gemini. Okay, yeah, that'll work. All right, so Gemini, first card out is the Queen of Swords. So interesting, a little bit similar to the Aries reading in that there's a sense of clarity coming in for you this week. So you're going to feel very clear-headed about something, and I think it's going to be around something from the past. Something from the past is coming up in the mind to be worked out, to be worked out, to be cleared through, to be um, set. There's some kind of setting going on for a difficult thing that happened, right? This is the grief card, so it's sort of like, I think it's a refresh of some situation that happened, where your mind just wants to play it over and over and over again. There's an opportunity for you to kind of let some of that stuff go this week in a way that might leave you feeling a little bit more conducive to peace within yourself, so you don't have to be ruled by any kind of negative situation from your past. And in fact, with the Temperance card, it's almost as though whatever coming up, I don't think it's like anything necessarily huge, but if any of that stuff from the past, any kind of past stuff that you don't want to hash out anymore, you don't want to play through anymore, if any of that comes up for you, with the Temperance card, there's going to be an opportunity to transmute that into something that's positive for you. So it's almost as though, maybe some part of an old pattern pops back up into the mind and you actually see a way out of it this time. It doesn't throw you in a way it maybe it used to. It doesn't push you in a way that maybe it used to. And in fact, because of that, you're going to feel a little bit more like, oh, I understand this a little bit better. Your own capacity to connect into your own understanding of self will help you feel like you can balance this stuff a little bit more than maybe you've been able to in the past. And so this might be an opportunity for you to balance those things out in a way where ultimately you can start to feel happy now, because it's like you're a student in embracing the total joys and happinesses of life this week, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And so this is an opportunity for you to really connect into your emotional state in a way that is helping you feel like, okay, no, I understand. I can move through this. I get a better understanding of self, and I'm ready to tackle my life in a way that feels really positive, right? So I think that ultimately this week, even if there are any little hiccups in the road, with the Temperance card, you can make lemonade out of any lemon. So, just realize that you have ultimate possibility ahead of you. You have the ability to make anything happen in your life, and you don't have to be controlled by anything that's gone on in the past that isn't feeling great for you anymore. Okay, Gemini, I hope that helps. We're going to move on. So next up is Cancer. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Cancer, what can you expect this week? Wow, okay, really jumping out. Interesting dichotomy, Cancer. Oh, wow, this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful week for you. Interesting, but also lots of dichotomies. Okay, so you got 2 and 2, so we'll do 2 and 2 together. First two. You have the Tower and you have the Sun card. So for my Cancers, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, if anything's really kind of shaken up in your life at all here with this Tower card, if you're feeling any kind of like movement going on in your life, there's some physical changes to your physical world, right? Whatever's going on, it's within the Sun. It's like there might be some shakeups in your life this week that make you feel a little bit like unbalanced at first, where you're like, I don't know about this. Is this really good? Is this really great? But ultimately, it's like this stuff is coming in to bring you the sunshine. So, let the light shine through the cracks of your life this week, Cancer. And I think that that's going to help you. If that's your philosophy moving forward, I think that's going to help. How can you roll with the punches and understand that this is an opportunity for you to let in a lot more peace, a lot more joy, that this is a bright new day. How can you, instead of like feeling things from this like really heavy place, how can you let that go and actually feel things from this like really calm and sunny energy? And so, how can you, it's up to you how you want to view your life. Your perspective is yours. You can change your perspective on things, and sometimes something that might seem difficult on the outside can actually be an opportunity to change things in a really beautiful new way. And then your other aspect here, I can't show fully one of these cards, so we'll just do it a little bit like that. You've got the World and you've got the Seven of Swords. So I think that there's There's definitely a new chapter this week for you, for my Cancers. It's like this week is opening up a new opportunity to feel different, to perceive things differently. You're starting a new chapter, so you're kind of leveling up. You know, you're not going to be as held to the past situations as maybe you were, and you're going to be able to embrace a new possibility for yourself. Now, with this Seven of Swords too, I think like with those two together, it's almost like you don't have to listen to what other people are saying too. I think that's really important. As you level up, you know, do what you need for yourself. It doesn't matter so much what other people are saying around you. What do you know that you need for yourself, and how can you embrace that without necessarily feeling judged by anybody around you or listening to any kind of negative criticism that might be happening around you? So, Cancers, I hope that that helps you out. I hope you have an excellent week. We're going to move on to Leo. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do my Leos need to know? Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Leo. Okay. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay. Ooh. Oh, it ran away. All right. I gotta go get it. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. So, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for my Leo. This week is going to be all about making choices. So, for my Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, what opportunities and choices are in your life this week? And how can you choose to embrace your life and whatever life throws you in a way that's going to make you feel happy, right? That's going to make you feel connected. It's going to make you feel like you can tap into the possibilities. How can you tap into that for yourself in a way that is conducive to feeling good about yourself, right? How can we do that for you? So, your two choices this week are um, playing it safe or embracing possibilities, right? So I think for my Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, this week is going to be all about, you know, balancing these difficulties and making some tough choices where, you know, I think that you've been playing it really quite safe here, which is understandable. We all do that. You know, we all try to protect ourselves. That's a part of being alive and being human. You know, we want to continue. We want to protect ourselves. But I think that maybe you've been protecting a little bit too hard. And this week for my Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, it's really about breaking through to this passionate, creative self and allowing that to run free. So don't be afraid to allow your passionate, creative self to run the show this week, Leo. I think that the more that you do that, I think the more satisfied you're going to feel. And you might not feel as stuck or as controlled by whatever limiting circumstances your mind might be bringing you, right? You don't have to play it super, super safe. You can actually go out and explore and have a bright new horizons this week. So, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I hope that that's helpful. We're going to move on to Virgo. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Virgo. What can my Virgos expect? Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Come on, Virgo. There we go. Too many. That's okay. We'll just take this one. Okay, so for my Virgos, this is actually a really beautiful week for you. You've got the Magician. So this week is coming with a reminder that you can have whatever life you want for yourself. Now, it might take time to build things. You know, manifestation isn't always instantaneous, but you do have the opportunity to make anything happen. So if you could do anything, what would you do? That is, I think, a really good meditation for you this week, Virgo. So, you know, with the Magician here, you really are being given the opportunity to make anything happen for yourself. You've got the Lovers card here too, Virgo. I can't show it all, so we're going to do a little bit of blocking action, but you got the Lovers here too, which is pretty cool. So, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to mean romantic relationships, but maybe for some people, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, this might be an opportunity to really embrace those kind of relationships in your life. But it could also be about bridging a stronger, forceful connection with yourself, powerful connection with yourself. And, you know, the Magician here has ultimate trust in themselves here. So, how can you take this week, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, to really deeply passionately trust all parts of yourself this week, all parts of your being, and use that to move forward from yourself and not allow any kind of negative self-talk to get you down, right? That you can make anything happen for yourself this week. And then finally, you have the Knight of Pentacles. So, there might be slow moving growth here for you this week, but there is movement with the Knights, though rec- um, that tends to mean that there's movement happening in the reading. So there's real movement happening for you, Virgo. It might be slow moving, right? This is the slowest of all the nights. So whatever kind of progress you make as you embrace this magician energy, it might not be something that happens immediately this week, but this week could be a powerful tool to catapult you into the future as you move through this energy of manifestation in a way that's really positive and helpful for you, right? And with that Lionsgate portal, you might want to research that. Go ahead and Google Lionsgate, but there might be something that's really helpful for you to use this week, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, in that energy that's present for us this week. So allow yourself to do that. Anyway, that's it for you, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I hope that's helpful. We're going to move on to Libra. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay. Oh, wow. Interesting. All right. Some repeats. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay. One at the end there. All right. So my Libras, Sun, Moon, and Rising. First thing for you was something to watch out for. So this week for my Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, watch out for overthinking energy, right? With the Nine of Swords, this is the anxiety card. So just be a little bit aware that there might be some anxiety popping up here and there. That's okay. It happens to all of us, right? We all go through anxious moments. That's a part of being alive here. But the thing about it is you do have the Eight of Cups that came out with it. So you could be walking away from that energy this week. So maybe this is a good opportunity for you to embrace, how can I overcome some anxiety energies? What can I do for myself when I'm feeling anxious? What are some things I can do to help alleviate that? And maybe a part of that could be walking away from things that are making you feel anxious. Maybe you're doing things that you don't actually want to be doing deep down. And there could be an opportunity this week to really kind of give yourself all of the confident tools to look and analyze at everything going on without any fear or judgment and see, okay, maybe I can let this thing go. And, maybe I am doing too much at work here in this area. Maybe I can ask somebody else to pick this up for me, or maybe I can do this in this way, right? So I do think there's going to be an opportunity to walk away from some of the triggers that might be causing anxiety for you. Now, ultimately, you do have ultimate happiness here this week. So for my Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, there's a real opportunity to let in quite joyful, happy energy for yourself. So you can embrace that. You can embrace and find whatever happy thoughts or things or possibilities that you can incorporate into your life this week. Really channeling that ultimate happiness energy, I think, is going to help you out a lot. And then finally, you have the Queen of Wands. So as you do that channeling energy, that might awaken in this deep, fiery passion towards life. So this week might be quite a passionate moment for you to allow in any kind of exciting thing for yourself. So how can you embrace this happy, exciting energy and let go of some of this anxious situations? Anyway, Libra, I'm going to leave you there. I hope that that's helpful. I hope you have a great week. We are going to move on to who comes after Libra. Hold on. I think it's Sagittarius. No, Scorpio. Scorpio. All right, Scorpio. What can my Scorpios expect this week? Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Scorpio. There's one. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Come on, more than one here. There we go. Oh, Scorpio. This is a good week for you, Scorpio. Yeah, all right. So swift moving energy this week. So Scorpio, you can really, really tap into the powerful energies going on this week. I recommend you do that. I think my Scorpios tend to be really deeply into this kind of stuff anyway. So this might be a great week to embrace astrology a little bit more. Maybe you can do some research on what's going on this week. You might know way more than I do about astrology, but go ahead, tap into that energy, that swift moving possibilities energy for you. This is a week for it. Now, you had the very first card you had out, Scorpio, is happy memories from the past. So, this could be the inner child card as well. So maybe there are some um, parts of your inner child you can embrace this week. Like, how can you make your inner child happy? What are some joyful, fun, silly, lighthearted things you can do this week? I think that maybe that's going to help you out as well this week, of really kind of like taking a childlike approach to your life and not feeling so stressed or feeling so serious, feeling so much like you have to be in this deeply serious place. You don't. You can be lighthearted and allow in a lighthearted energy for your life. So where can you find that? Because I think that if you do that, you have ultimate happiness here. So there's real true joy and happiness available to you this week, Scorpio. So it's just a matter of you tuning into that energy, finding where it is for you and really embracing it. So for my Scorpio sun, moon, and rising, I hope that helps you. It's a really short, sweet reading for you, but I think that's pretty good. It's going to be really swift moving, fast energy for you. But if you tap into it, I think you're going to find yourself feeling really happy. Embrace that joyful, excited energy. It feels excited, like butterflies in the stomach. So how can you embrace that excited energy and channel it into something that's going to make you feel really good this week? Okay, next up after Scorpio, then we have Sagittarius, right? Yeah, Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. What do my Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising sign need to know? Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. Sagittarius. Do I need one more? Yeah, there it is. I thought so. Okay, Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. Okay, all right. You've got the victory card. We'll start that first. You got the victory card. Kind of similar to Cancer going on here. It's cool. I think Cancer had the victory card. No, maybe it was Aries. I don't remember who had the victory card. It might have been Aries. But victory is possible for you this week, which is great. I think there's going to be real celebratory, joyful energy, which is wonderful. So, you can really tap into that this week. You also got the Lover's card as well. So I can't show the whole thing. This could mean finding some kind of romantic situation, but it doesn't have to. It can also mean, connecting with other people and just connecting to a sense of love in general. With the victory and the love here together, it's like maybe this is like tapping into the heart center. I'm just feeling called, any kind of heart center meditation you can work, or compassion energy, right? I'm thinking about in Buddhism, there's a concept of metta meditation, which is like METTA. It's a practice in the Tibetan tradition where you're connecting into compassion and really like bringing that into the forefront. So there's something a little bit about that this week, of like really tapping into the love energy and like really allowing that to flow through. How can you feel a sense of happiness in your life and this loving kindness, compassion? How can you share that with yourself and maybe, with other people? It could be actually some kind of romantic thing going on this week. Not for everybody, obviously, but maybe for you it awakens a little bit. So that's really great. You also have walking away energy. Okay, this one's popped up a lot this week. So there could be some things you could be walking away from, as you embrace this happiness energy, which is great. So really do that. And finally, you've got a new beginning in your passions this week. So I really do think this is like something about this week. Maybe you're walking away from any kind of disappointment energy or slog energy or things not working out energy, and really embracing this open, fiery possibilities energy. You have anything possible for yourself. So maybe this is an opportunity to feel really passionate about life and embrace that passion. Okay, Sagittarius, I hope that's helpful. Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. I hope you have a great week. Moving on to Capricorn. Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising. Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising. Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising. There's one. There we go. Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising. And you need one more? No. Okay, so Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising, this week is really about balance. Finding a proper balance for yourself this week. Don't work yourself too hard. And I got some more cards. We'll do that for you, Capricorn. But this week is really like, how can you make sure you're not doing too much and finding the right balance? Because there's something about this week that might end up making you feel overwhelmed if you take on a little bit too much here. Now, with these two cards together, I think you've been working really, really, really hard at making something happen. And my Capricorns are usually pretty hardworking people, right? So if you're feeling this urge to continue to just grind the work out, just be a little bit careful this week because there's a real possibility of burnout happening here for you. So really take the time to balance your life in a way that's possible for you, and then I think you can avoid that. I think you can avoid that energy. So really give yourself maybe a little bit of extra breaks this week, even just for this week. Give yourself a time limit. By next Monday I can go right back on the horse and like crank it out. But this week, just be a little bit careful of pushing yourself too hard, because if you push yourself too hard, I think it can be a little bit overwhelming and maybe end up negatively impacting you in a way that you don't want. It could be health, like you just make yourself sick if you work too hard, right? It happens to everybody. So just take the time to be a little bit kinder to yourself. Don't push yourself too hard. Especially like sometimes some of us workaholics, as a workaholic myself, we tend to just be like, no, I'm going to do this one more thing, and then you start to like hit yourself over the head of like, no, I got to do this other thing and I got to do this other thing too. So just be a little bit careful this week of like not taking on too much. And maybe this time you can say to your voice in your head, actually, no, this week I'm not going to take on that extra thing. I'm going to give myself a little bit of an extra break. And as long as I'm getting my bare minimum done, that's fine. I think as long as you do that this week, Capricorn, I think you're going to feel a lot better and a lot calmer. And then you can be prepared to tackle the wagon a little bit more next week. And this week can be more about, giving yourself recouping energy so that, next week you're right and ready to go, as opposed to not feeling good at all. Anyway, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I hope that's helpful. We're going to move on to Aquarius. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What can my Aquariuses expect this week? Ooh, okay. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. There it comes. Okay. Some common themes this week, I'm noticing. Okay. So, Aquarius, what are you going to expect this week? This is a real great week for my Aquariuses to learn how to follow their passions. Something about this week is going to give you the opportunity to learn how to do things differently, to see things differently, and be the student of life in a way where maybe you don't know how to follow your passions in a way that feels coherent or clear to you. And maybe this week is giving you an opportunity to learn something new. Maybe it could be an opportunity to take up a class, something formal. Like I'm finally going to learn how to do pottery or something. It could be like that, but it could be way more open-ended. It could be like, you know what, I actually don't know how to write in a way that I want to know, so maybe this week I'm gonna just like look up some tips and tutorials, right? So this week is an opportunity to learn something new, a new skill, a new passion, and I think that that's going to help you overcome some of this anxiety energy. So one of the other piles got this too, so don't worry too much about it. Oh, Libra. But I do think that there's a possibility of overthinking things a little bit this week for my Aquariuses, and maybe because of that you might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed. But if you embrace this new student energy, if you really let yourself be a little bit humble this week and understand that we don't all know everything, and it's okay not to know everything. Because of that, that might help you. You can approach that for your anxiety instead of feeling like, oh, I need to know everything now. I need to do everything right now. I need to make everything happen. This week might be more like, you know what? I actually don't know how to make things happen. I don't know. I thought I knew. I'm not going to allow my mind to push me in a place where I have to pretend like I know everything. And I have this anxiety inside me, feeling this pressure that I must know how to do this stuff. And instead, I'm going to be like, no, I don't know how to do this stuff. It's okay that I don't know how to do this stuff. I'm going to open myself up to learning how to do this stuff. How can I do this stuff? How can I be open to that? And by embracing that energy here this week, I think that you level up from that. I can't show the whole card, but we've got the World card here. So I think that this is an opportunity for you to leveling up your energy by embracing this. I actually don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I'm open to learning more. Surprisingly, it might seem counterintuitive, but that actually leads you to gaining more and embracing this unknown energy puts you in a position where you can then level up into the next level in a way that by pretending like you know everything going on, you wouldn't necessarily be able to do. So anyway, Aquarius, I hope that that's helpful. I hope you have an excellent week. That sounds cool. Okay, next, hopped right out. Next up, we have Pisces. Pisces, what can we expect this week for our Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What can Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising expect this week? You gotta have more here. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Come on, you gotta have more than one card. Feels like it's just one. Is it just one card? Come on, Pisces. Anything else? Thank you. Ooh. You get two, but it took a long time. Okay. Oh, well, all right. Well, Pisces. This week is moving away from something, moving on from something. I think, if you've been through anything challenging, obviously take this as it resonates. It's not for everybody, but for some Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising, if you've been through anything challenging lately, this is a week of coming back into a sense of calm. So really do embrace that calming energy, There's definitely a sense of the mind working at here because we have two swords. So, if you're feeling any kind of challenging inner critic or inner mind chatter or difficult thought processes, this is an opportunity for you to really take some time to learn how to get back into a sense of calm this week for my Pisces. And so, how can you embrace how can you embrace a disposition of calming energy? How can you allow yourself to enter into a calming state this week? I think that the more that you do that, the more you spend some retreat energy, some slow down energy, some calming down energy. I think that's going to really help out your mind here, and it'll help you, stop to think about what other people are thinking or what's going on everywhere else or all the stuff that's happening outside of yourself that doesn't matter. It's like this is a great opportunity this week to calm yourself down, to work out any of that stuff in a way that's really slow and quiet and calm. So anything you could do to add more quiet to your life this week, Pisces, I think is really, really going to help you and be beneficial and make you feel like that much more healed and ready to go. So anyway, Pisces, I hope that's helpful, and I hope you have an excellent week. All right, everybody. So now we're going to do the collective reading. So what can our collective, whoever's watching this reading, for everybody, what can the collective expect this week? Let's see. What can my collective viewers and me expect this week? Ooh. Okay, yep. You know what? This one came up a lot for everybody. So there's stuff we're walking away from, and this has been coming up, over and over and over again for the last month. So, what is it about that? Why is this coming up so often? That's a good question. There's a sense here with this card in particular. Let's just break down the symbolism. We'll break down the symbolism together, and then maybe we can come up with a better understanding. Definitely something about the moon here. There's this eclipsed moon going on up here. So you see there's 8 cups here that this man has. He's built them up here. He's put them up in this place. Because he's been using them. You can tell he's definitely this place, this everything about this. He's used this. He's so familiar with these things. And the thing about it is he's finally gone to the point where he's ready to leave this area in his life. He's decided that it's time to walk away from this. And And the thing about it is, the reason why he's walking away from these 8 cups, even though they're very familiar, he knows how to use them. He knows everything about them. He knows all of the ins and outs about everything about these cups. But he has decided that it's time to move on from them. And why he's done that is because he's going out to search for the ninth and 10th cups. So he's decided, that the things that he knows, even though that they're familiar to him, they are no longer serving him in a way that is beneficial for him anymore. And so he's decided, even though this is a sad moment, it's a dark, sad moment in the evening, not dark, but like it's a disquieted moment for him. He's decided he's going to walk away from this and move towards something else, because he knows in his heart that there's more out there for him. So there's something in the collective energies this week of really understanding that, there's just more. There's more for us. We deserve better than the challenging, difficult place that we're kind of in right now. I feel that for all of us a little bit, collectively, that as we watch the surreal nature of our, the stuff happening everywhere in the world, and just like how, I don't know, how disappointing our leaders can be, and just like how disappointing the system can feel. We can build something better for ourselves. We can build more into our life. We can make more happen for ourselves. And I think that this week is gonna give us the opportunity to do that. The thing about this, though, that's important to remember is, like, it doesn't just happen. And I think that's an important message of the 8 of Cups, is like, this walking away energy, it doesn't just naturally occur. It's something we have to choose. So it's sort of like, we can choose to do things differently. Our world does not have to look the way that it does. It only looks the way that it does because we have made the collective choices in the past to build it into this thing. And we have the choice to walk away, even though we know how it works and we know what it is. We do have the choice to walk away from those things and make something different and build something better and create something more for ourselves that is more conducive to peace and love and joy and happiness and fulfillment, ultimately fulfillment, because the next 2 cups are like real fulfillment energy. So this just comes right before that. So we're right before being able to bring in deep, true fulfillment for ourselves. But it's going to take actual steps and actions, concrete steps by us. So we have to manually, physically make the choices and the steps and the maneuvers and the movement in our physical lives to make this change happen. So it's up to us. We can do the work to change things if we want to. And it applies for you in your own personal life as well as the macroscopic. You can make the choices to change your life if you are not happy with things. But things will not change if you just wait, right? Wait for things to change. This card is not about waiting. This card is about actually getting up and making the move yourself. So if there's something in your life you don't like, you can take the steps to change that. You have all of the power at your disposal to be able to do that. So really take the time and energy to do that this week. And it doesn't have to be, big, giant things. This isn't necessarily like, I'm going to quit my job tomorrow and move across the country. And, I'm not necessarily saying that. This could just be, I'm going to start thinking about, I don't like this career. I don't like the trajectory I'm on with it. Okay, I get it. I'm going to just start thinking about what else I could do this week. It doesn't even have to be, making any kind of plans. This doesn't have to be something that changes immediately, but it is kind of telling you, like, there's more fulfilling things out there for you, but it is going to take you walking towards them. And, the universe isn't going to just, it can't just be handed to you. Although some things are, some cards are about the universe handing you things. This one isn't. So it's important to remember that this one isn't about the universe handing it for you. This one is about you walking into the wilderness blind. This man is blindly walking into the wilderness because he knows in his heart and in his intuition that more is out there for him. So this is really, you're being asked to trust this week. Trust what you know to be true in your heart and follow it. Even if it's scary, even if it's hard, it still opens up this beautiful possibility for yourself, to bring in really joyful energy. So open yourself up to it this week. You have opportunity for that. Anyway, bottom of the deck. I want to do bottom of the deck. Okay, I'm glad I did that. Okay, so last up, I'm leaving you off with this message: homecoming. There's a real homecoming available to you this week as well. How can you come home to your own inner happiness? How can you come home to your own inner wisdom, your own inner light? How can you find a way to feel good about yourself in a way that, builds up this joyful possibilities energy for yourself? Anyway, everybody collective, thank you so much for tuning in. I love you all so much. Thank you for everything. Let me know in the comments what you think of these readings and what else you want from me. This is a real community space. Um, I plan on doing these once a week, live readings. It's open. It's an open forum. So if you're catching this in post and you're ever available, I don't know what time this is anywhere else because I am in Asia right now. So wherever you are, if you can, I don't know if the live streams tell you when it was posted in post. I can't remember, but I do these for me, it's late Monday night. It's technically midnight Tuesday morning. So if you want to do some double checking, you're welcome to look up the time zone. This is the Korea, Japan time zone, midnight Tuesday morning, which is technically for me Monday night still. So I think for most people here, this is going to be Monday morning or Monday afternoon, depending. If you're in the United States, I would say this is sometime early to mid morning, Mondays. So I'll be back on this next week, exactly 1 week from today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, this is a community forum. So if you ever want anything from me, I'm open, I'm available. Let me know. I'm building this channel up for you. So if there's something you need and you want from this channel, please tell me. I would be happy to focus any kind of readings, particularly with the longer pick a card readings. If you have a topic you really want me to answer, let me know. I'll answer it. Okay. I hope you have a wonderful week, everybody. I will see you next week, and I will see you in all of the other videos I post this week. So thanks. Bye.